There's no love lost, seemingly between Meghan Markle and her own mother, Doria. As Meghan shares a boomerang, one of the old Instagram features, I mean, it still might exist, where you kind of go backwards and forwards in a very short video of her and her mother in 2016 to celebrate her mother's birthday. And the original post was for Mother's Day. What the heck? Number one, how did Meghan Markle not know that people would kind of sort of figure that out? But number two, what does it say about the relationship between them now? Because I would argue it's probably not good. There's been so much that has happened between then and now. And is Meghan Markle, you could argue, much like Prince Harry, wishing for better days in the past? We are going to get into all of this, but if you guys haven't been to Royal News Network before, my name is Brittany. I do provide compelling royal commentary, so please hit that subscribe button. I would absolutely love to have you back. And we are going to be restarting the live edition of the Crown Report, which will be on every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's where I go through all the royal news from the other families. Obviously, there is more to cover, and I'll do those in individual videos. But I do want to get back to doing that program and having about an hour-long segment where we talk about some of the things going on in the other royal families. That show might get even longer as time goes on, but there's so much to talk about as the various royals start getting back to work. We've had so many engagements. I feel so behind because obviously Labor Day was Monday and I was out and recovering. Then yesterday I went and did an errand kind of all day, so I was gone a lot of the day. And then now we have all this other stuff going on. So I haven't had as much time to cover everything like I want to, but we'll be getting into it. We'll have the Crown Report, hopefully the newsletter to go along with it, because I really want to get back to doing as much royal reporting as I can. So there will be no more Crown Report segments in this. We'll be doing a full Crown Report every Tuesday instead. And that way too, we have a little bit less editing that needs to go forwards. But one big thing, guys, we will be having a watch party, not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after, because Netflix just announced the release date for Princess Martha Louise and Derek Verrett's documentary on Netflix. It's going to be a movie. I double checked. I was curious whether it was going to be a series or a movie. And she speaks to angels, and he is a shaman that uses sex to heal. So this should be entertaining. It's about their wedding and kind of the epic disaster that it has been for Norway in many, many ways, including the arrest at the time, because the arrest of Marius Borg-Holmby, the son of Norway's crown princess, happened earlier in August, and then Princess Martha Louise married the creepy shaman at the end of August. So we have those bookend type things, and now we have the documentary coming, and we will be doing a watch party that Tuesday morning to go over it. It'll be a section in the Crown Report as well, because we need to watch it. We really, really do. So if you guys, again, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you back. Or if you want to become a member, that would be awesome as well. But let's get into the Instagram weirdness. And I will say, guys, when I initially saw this report earlier, I think yesterday, of showing the picture of Meghan and her mom and Meghan and saying, oh, this is from an old Instagram post, I was a bit cautious about it initially, because there is so much fake information out there about Harry and Meghan, and things are so easily photoshopped. Like some of the Sussex Squad, I guess, for photoshopping Meghan's series into spot number 9 on the Netflix top 10. Newsflash, didn't make the top 10 in any country that Netflix like publishes its tracking records for. I double checked. That's in a different video. That I think will be coming tomorrow, because I'll do this video today. We'll do the other video tomorrow. So lots going on here, but it's weird. It's very, very strange. And it showed a picture of Meghan and her mom from May of 2016. So that would be around Mother's Day, and her kissing her mom on the cheek. And then she posts the same stinking picture, although it's technically a boomerang video, on her Instagram recently. So let's take a look. Hopefully she hasn't. Obviously, Instagram Reels only last for 24 hours. Hopefully we are still in that window. We are still in that window. I did record it, but so here we go. Here we go. It says, happy birthday, Stevie Wonder. and Meghan kissing her mama on the cheek. Oh, we're supposed to say, you can hear the sound going, oh, on the sitcom show. Meghan loves her mom so incredibly much. But then, and I did, again, a deep dive on this, guys, just because I wanted to make sure it was real and not fake news. Because again, you could Photoshop the picture of Meghan's mom into there and post it on different posts of Meghan's, and probably nobody would know. So what I did, again, guys, I did a little bit of search. And so on this Sun article, ladies and gentlemen, from April 15th, 2018, I give you the same exact picture. Now it says flash news here, but I mean, it's from Meghan's Instagram. Like, it's impossible. They're both in the exact same outfits, exact same earrings. It's a nearly 10-year-old picture slash video. 10 years old with a new filter on it. And I'm like, do you not talk to your mother or something? Like, what the heck? Now I understand, guys, maybe showing an old picture of your mom. I've done that for Mother's Day because I was born not too long before Mother's Day. And so there's a picture of mom and me at the first house we lived at as a family of 3. She's holding me in her arms. She looks really tired, exhausted. And I like that picture. So I've posted it on a couple Mother's Day or other, let's say, pictures from my childhood. But Meghan's posting a picture pre-Harry here. And you can't help but wonder if there's a little bit of a message there, because between May of 2016 and 2025, Meghan Markle has gained international fame and fortune, the one that she always craved for years and years and could never achieve on her own, by dating a very rich and wealthy and influential man. She married said influential man, joined the British royal family, the most well-known royal family on earth. She stood on the balcony of Buckingham Palace. She had 1 child and then decided to jump ship and scurry away to Canada under the auspices of, oh, we need a break from the media, only to turn around and go, oh, yeah, no, we're leaving the whole British monarchy, moving back from Canada to California, having another child, buying a $13 million home, getting deals with Netflix and Spotify, losing the Spotify deal, gaining a deal with Lemonada, much less money, and on and on and on and on. Why don't you have a picture from this year you can show? Or the last couple of years? Why are you pulling out an ancient shot? I mean, it's truly ancient. Like, either to me, do one of you and your mom when you were really young, or do one from the last couple of years. And not to mention the fact that you could pull out a picture that we've never seen and post it. Like, I wouldn't know if that particular picture is from then or now. Although the interesting question is, ladies and gentlemen, has Meghan Markle had plastic surgery? Because when it comes to Meghan, she's really been actually completely and utterly under the radar for the last month or two. Because she did the interview with Bloomberg late July, maybe in the very first couple of days of August, and literally before the 4th, because that's her birthday. And everything else she's done is like reposts from her show and everything. She's not showing anything new. And she's been deliberately obscuring her face in various things. And to pull out a really old picture, I can't help but think that is still going on. Like, what are you trying to hide? Why are you pulling out this ancient picture of you and your mother? Did you guys not go to dinner? Does she not want to be featured on Instagram? Because she's been featured on Instagram before, on your Instagram. Although if we go into that story, and it's not exactly one that screams of a strong mother-daughter bond. And I think that's the true issue here. Now, there's been a lot of confusion, you could say, on Meghan's relationship with her mother. Because Meghan has claimed in some way, she's made a lot of claims over the years. And one of the most interesting things is that although she seems to kind of indicate that she grew up poor and that, oh, she had to go to Sizzler, guys. Sizzler, the bane of her existence was Sizzlers. Sizzlers isn't that bad. I went to Sizzlers as a kid. She also complained about the old spaghetti factory, which, if you don't know, is actually a rather expensive meal. It's not cheap. So again, Meghan likes to tell little tales about her childhood. But What we actually sort of know, and what the greatest indicators that we have, is that she was mostly raised by her father, not her mother. And that Megan's mom, I believe, according to the book Tom Bauer wrote, Revenge, sort of dropped Megan off at Thomas's house and went off to find her career, basically abandoning her job. And I think Megan has only really leaned on Doria because Doria fits a certain narrative that Megan has had to push in order to, let's say, conceal her failings in so many ways, which is that she's the victim of racism and she can lean on her mom for that. And I think in the show, if I remember correctly, and I don't want to go back and rewatch it because that was a slog to get through, but her mom at some point, I think, was kind of whispering in Megan's ear, going, racism, racism, racism. If you use that, people will, let's say, back away. And Megan very much used her mom as a way to claim racism, even though, in my personal opinion, Megan is largely culturally white. She has married white men. Most of her friends are white. She's culturally white. She doesn't have that much of a relationship with her mother. And I think that's always been sort of true. But when it became convenient to really rely on her mother, she did so. And I always found it really interesting is that everybody was like, oh, Doria, she was so like regal at Harry and Meghan's wedding. She was so calm and dignified and everything. I don't even think, did she really even shed much of a tear when Meghan got married? I can't remember. So I won't really say here or there. I'm going to say no. But the big thing I sort of always thought about Meghan is that her father didn't come, and I don't think he was really invited. And I don't think Meghan ever wanted him there because Meghan needed a willing patsy. And I think that's what Doria was. Meghan had sold a lot of porky pies to Harry, and she needed somebody who was more than willing to verify them and maybe expand on the poor Meghan Markle upbringing. She had to go to the old spaghetti factory, the place where there's like an old train car in the restaurant where you can eat in the train car and there's other tables around too, the kind of the nice one where, a meal costs probably costs at least $30, if not more. That, I mean, of course, now adjusted for inflation, but because I always thought that the acorn doesn't fall far from the tree. If Meghan Markle's mother was the one willing to stand up there, she was doing it for a reason, and Meghan was allowing her to do it for a reason, which is that, in my personal opinion, Doria was looking for cash and Meghan was willing to probably give some of it or attention or whatever. Doria didn't do it because I think she's all that close to her daughter. Doria did it because of the money and because of the fame and fortune her daughter could bring her. Why do you think she went to a party with the Kardashians and hung out with Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian? It's because of her daughter. Would she be able to get there on her own? No. Now, obviously, so many people go along with jail or like so many rumors about Doria. I don't believe in going down that path without some strong evidence. And the evidence we do know that we can generally assess is that Meghan spent most of her childhood with her father. Her mother seems to have left for career reasons, wasn't that engaged in a parent, and then came back and was allowed to come in. But again, you got to wonder why. So I won't go into any of the other stuff. And honestly, guys, I don't care that much. But let's look at an indication, I think, that shows their lack of a decent relationship and how Meghan, I think, has a severe mother wound. And she's always desperately, desperately trying to get her mom to like something. And Doria just is sort of cruel, you could say, and doesn't take the bait. So let's look at it here. So this was for a New York Times interview. And Meghan was making Chantilly Lily, which she had to like spell it Lili for her daughter. Because, Meghan's weird, guys. Meghan's weird. And she made this, and she was desperate for her mother to, you could say, give her approval. So it's right here. Let's watch it. Meghan's in the kitchen making it. So she's making it, and then she's having her mom try it. And watch Meghan's face, guys. Watch the immense focus she has on her mother's reaction and her mother's indifference to her daughters, like just clamoring for a good review.
The passion fruit comes up.
It's good without too.
It's really good without. Because once you get to the bottom, it tastes like a banana.
Look at Meghan, lean in, lean in, lean in, lean in. Like look at the immense focus Meghan has on her mother's face. Like she's just desperate to get, I guess, approval. I don't know.
I was like, and
I'm muted.
dun dun dun. My mom has nothing
I'll
to
tell you when
say.
I'm done.
So, I mean, we can watch it again, hear San's music, and we can see again Meghan making this and her mom just sitting here in the kitchen, not caring at all. She just doesn't have any, I think, appreciation for anything Meghan's doing here. And her Meghan's, of course, has to carefully craft these because I think this is part of, again, Meghan's psychological wounds that she needs everything to be perfect because throughout her whole life, a lot of things haven't been perfect. And so, or out of her control. And so her mom does that. And that is not the face of somebody who's in love with this alleged Chantilly Lily thing. Her mom just doesn't really care at all. Doesn't give her daughter what she wants. In fact, it's sort of a psychological ploy to really not give your daughter what she wants at all. And we get to this old picture, and there's been a lot of reports of a falling out between Meghan and her mom. And I would guess, I mean, I've seen those, but I haven't really reported on them too much because, of course, they're more just rumors. And I like to go with something that's a bit more, let's say, substantial than that. But I feel like a picture from 10 years ago screams of a bad relationship, of a falling out at some point. Was it over money? Was it over access to the grandkids? Because if you think about it, if Doria doesn't really have a good relationship with Meghan or the grandkids anymore, then those kids have no grandkids. Even though they have 3 living grandparents, they don't see any of them. It's crazy. It screams of a toxic and you could say unstable dynamic. In my personal opinion, of course, I haven't seen them in person to know for sure, but I find it really, really odd. I would not, unless it was like a picture I absolutely loved, go with a 10-year-old picture of me and my mom. Like we've changed so much, both of us, for both good and ill. We've both changed. I would prefer to have a new picture or something. I'm not going to pull out an ancient shot from forever ago when in theory I should have had dinner with my mom and gotten a picture with my mom if I was going to post one on Instagram. And I find it also exceedingly lazy of Meghan to repost an ancient picture. And you can't help but wonder, did she think people wouldn't notice? Or was she sending a deliberate message to her mother, basically going, well, I'm sure you would like a different picture, but this is all we've got because, we're not having a relationship. Honestly, it doesn't even, I didn't know what manipulation, but I'm not a manipulative person, so I don't really totally get the kind of psychopathy that exists with manipulative people. I don't get it. There's some true attempts, I think, at some Machiavellian machinations going on and with some people. And I'm like, you work way too hard at your life for something that should truly be quite simple. Why are you spending so much time on ludicrous stuff? Anyways, that's going on too long. But Meghan there, disaster. I don't think it looks particularly good. I don't think it looks good that apparently she is unaware that she posted this before and that it's so old. So incredibly old. But it's not a surprise. Sadly, Meghan Markle, I just don't know what the point of her Instagram is at this juncture. Could be, let's say, better or worse. I don't know. I just don't get it. Guys, I just don't get it. When she knows that everything is microscopically examined, she should be better than this. But I think she wants to generate the publicity, but again, it's not good publicity. Her show is already tanked. Her brand is tanking. She shouldn't be keeping on with the needless stunts. Just do normal things. Not posting a 10-year-old picture of your mother with a new filter over it, telling us how much you love her when I'm sure you have endless pictures to show of you and your mother now, or at least you should, but that you don't, screams of a failing relationship and sort of cements the rumors that already existed. So guys, let me know what you think of this latest development. Thank you so much for watching, and get ready for the Rebel Royals watch party. Oh, it's going to be so cringy. I'm dreading it. I'm dreading it so much. It's like, anyways, the shaman and the princess, golly. Anyways, guys, that'll be in a couple weeks, but thank you so much again for watching, and I shall speak to you again very soon. Bye.